Alright, so we have made it back to Solution 9, and Miss Nashu Makaraka has been taking notes since we last left her and trying to find out what's going on with this Inspector Hildebrand lookalike known as Detective Hardboiled. So, what information are we going to learn from Nashu, and how's it going to help us? Let's go ahead and speak with her to take on the next quest for the inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures here in Dawntrail, entitled Wizened Testimony. Nashu Makaraka's expression is equal parts consternation and anticipation.
Mathia, here to help again, are you? As things stand, I'm still waiting on word from...
Yours truly, I assume. Yeah, we hear Hardboiled as Nashu waves them. Yeah, hey there, detective, how are ya?
Since parting ways, I've searched every alley and dive bar and Everkeep for signs of this Hildebrand character. It's pronounced Hildebrand.
Yeah,
well, however you say it, he was nowhere to be found.
Oh, where could the inspector be?
Chin up, dollface. The case ain't over yet, and I always get my man. When the trail goes cold, the trick is to go back to the beginning. I want you to tell me the whole story again and leave nothing out, no matter how unimportant it might seem.
Well, Nashu, you've been with the inspector for all these years. It's best that you explain it to him. Of course, I'll chime in whenever I can from Mathia's experience in Heavensward, but of course, you gotta take all the other Warriors of Light into account as well, with the exception of Shinji, who never actually got to meet Hildebrand at all. So, that's basically the long and short of it there, detective.
So you followed rumors of the flying disc which nabbed your friend, and that led you to the place where it most likely crashed down. Here. You also think that he was caught inside of the dome when it appeared and, from your perspective, went through 30 years in the blink of an eye? Sounds like crazy talk. But I've seen enough strangers in my line of work that I've learned to give clients the benefit of the doubt, and since we've got no leads on the man himself, I say we try jogging memories about the shiny starship instead. Wow, that's a tongue twister. We'll want to question older people native to your world who might have witnessed the original crash landing 30 years ago. Folks that age seem to enjoy parks, like the one outside the residential red eye. Let's go.
Alright there, detective. We'll follow along. Alright. Yeah, given where we have to go, probably better for me to just warp back the main aetherite, and then from there go to the information center, which is closest. Alright, let's go. Yeah, also the maintained brisk pace is still very much appreciated. So let's reunite with these two.
Old times aplenty as promised. Pick a prude and get to it. Oh, I still have that illustration I lent to you last time. Showing it around should help nudge some ancient noggins.
Some ancient noggins. Alright. Thank you, Nashu. Although this isn't quite what we remember from last time.
I added a sketch of the inspector's face to make things even easier.
Well, that's quite a face.
I have another copy for myself, but that only makes two. Mathia, you and Detective Hardboiled will have to share.
I don't think he's keen on sharing.
We are talking 3 decades ago here, so having a picture should come in handy even if the dame's work is on the same level as a figure painting toddler's magnum opus. Mathia, was it? Well, let me know when you're ready to bother some park goers.
Well, we have, but they haven't.
Right, let's start showing that picture around then. Keep an eye out for older Hune and Hetsaro that might have hailed from outside the dome. Oh, and don't forget the Shatona.
Hardboiled is now accompanying you. Yeah, let's go there, detective. Starting over on this side with this elderly hewn woman.
What can this old lady do for you?
Well, we were hoping you could help us out.
30 years ago? I honestly don't recall. My memories of that time are faded at best, my dears. That is a lovely drawing of you, though, sir. Really captures your essence.
That's slack-jawed mud. That's slack-jawed...
Wow. That's slack-jawed mud. You've got to be kidding me.
I kid even myself. Hey there, Lomi. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, what about this middle-aged Hetsaro? May I help you? You sure can, sir. Can you give us a hand?
I'm sorry, but 30 years ago I was practically an infant. Far too young to be much of anything.
I wonder why that is. Also, I don't know why Twitch is so twitchy on that comment. That picture is very cute, though. Did your child draw it for you? Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not married. And I highly doubt I ever will be. Yeah, my time has come and gone, unfortunately. Meanwhile, one last person to speak to, an elderly hewn man. What would you want with me, then? Well, we want to give you this. Oh. I really hope that person in the back is just laying in the grass and is not one of the victims of the numerous onslaughts that the mechanical soldiers have been doing here in Solution 9. This just turned into a creepypasta like nothing else. Can't say as I'm familiar with it, but I do remember 3 decades ago when I was still in the bloom of youth. Well, middle age. Say, I remember you, the clever git who took me back Furball Tonic from that thieving horse son. That was a good bit of sleuthing, it was. No need for all that, it was just doing my job. Sorry to see that the tonic didn't do its job, though. It's not about growing my hair back, it's about the routine. About 40 years of massaging my scalp and basking in the same fragrant aromas every morning. Doesn't it feel right to start the day without it? 40 years of using an Everkeep made product. That's right. You're Alexandrian born and bred, same as me. There's no way you could have seen the starship we're after. Sorry to bother you, sir. Well, no one said it would be easy dredging up eyewitness accounts from so long ago. This is where grit and persistence comes into it. I spotted a Shatona fella heading towards the 914 radius. Hard to guess his age with how long they live, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky this time. Yeah. Sir, please tell me you are alive! Please tell me you are alive! Well, while we're trying to ponder that, yeah, let's speak with Hardboiled over here about these vending machines. And by the way, vending machines in the middle of a park? Vending machines caught your eye. Yeah, you can buy yourself a coffee or an energy drink, but luxuries like that make you soft. When I'm alone, walking through the darkest, dingiest parts of the city, I need something as weathered and weary as I am. I'll stick to my eggs, thanks. Sure thing. Well, let's go. Yeah, here's the Shatona man of indeterminate age. Lovely day, isn't it? Indeed it is. Do you recognize this man? Or this spaceship? I'm not sure I recognize the man. Hard to tell with such a simple drawing. Forget about the drawing. We're more interested with what you know about the flying disc.
Ah yes, the craft I do recall seeing. When I yet felt sun upon my face, I was living in a very different kind of life at the time. It was during a hunt that I spotted it. Flying machines were a rare sight back then, so I remember it well even now. And do you remember where it was headed? It appeared to crash somewhere in Uwayawata to the north. I was of a mind to seek out the wreckage, but then the dome suddenly appeared, and I had far stranger things to worry about. Yeah, well I tell you, let's find your pal Nashu and share the good news. Let's go ahead and do that then. So yeah, she's gonna be chilling out over down there. So it looks like we're gonna go back the way we came. But yeah, I love the way that they say that. Shatona man of indeterminate age. I mean, that really sums it up, doesn't it? When it comes to Shatona and Viera and Vis, for that matter. Yeah. Thankfully, you are giving me a response. You were just snoring. Yeah. Thankfully, this man is still alive. Nashu. So to speaking with this big guy, off he goes. No one seems to know anything about the starship. Did you fare any better? Well, here's what we learned. So it came down somewhere near this Yukata place? I don't suppose either of you have been there before? I certainly have. Yeah, in fact, I can tell you all about it. What it's like. That sort of thing. A research facility, you say? If some unidentified shiny object fell from the sky nearby, then I wager their people soon scooped it up. It seems we have our destination, but how to get across the lake? The lake, huh? Yeah, we could ask a Reforger to take a hover cargo, if we could. A Reforger? Of course, they have those hover cargoes, and I just so happen to know one of an accommodating disposition. So yeah, I guess he'll go ahead and make the call. And now that he has, right, that's our transportation sorted. And Nashu is excited. But I'm stuck on those how you've already been to this Uwayawata when I'm only just learning such a place even existed. What's your deal anyway? I'm a Thaya agent adventurer, or I'm simply an ardent admirer of Inspector Hildebrand. I wouldn't say I'm an ardent admirer. You adventure for a living, is that it? Well, it's clear you're no fresh-faced mook. Nope. Yeah, been doing this for 11 years now. Let's press on with the investigation. My Reforger friend should have a hover cargo waiting for us at the Drift Downs. I'd better pack a dose of Nashu's delights. You mean those bombs? Those explosives of yours? Leave them behind. Don't need no dizzy dame blowing herself up on my watch. Or me, for that matter. Like, ah. I mean, we do need to keep life at stake here. Like, yeah, what do I do? Yeah, I just shrug my shoulders. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way outside. So, closest place is in the outskirts. So, let's go ahead and take my mountain. Let's go. And get ourselves over this game's version of, or this location's version of Belisar's Wall. Yeah, this will never not be like Belisar's Wall to me, ever. Super tall, super long, super creepy, with checkpoints everywhere, with towers everywhere. It is literally Belisar's Wall for all intents and purposes. Here, you need transport to Uwayawata. The hover cargo is ready if you are.
Over to UA Iwata? Yes. And we've already cleared it out, so we don't need to resort to combat. So upon arrival, yeah, we're already inside the main building. Let's go ahead and speak with the inspector. Or no, with the detective. We're looking for the inspector.
This place is a mess, but I don't see any monsters roaming the halls, at least. Should we need to split up and have a look around?
Yeah, glad I could clear the place out for you. You gotta look for 3 leads on the starship. Beginning with this unlocked cabinet drawer. Shuffling through the various documents in the cabinet, you find one entitled Confidential Files Addendum 1. According to an associate native to these lands, the unidentified vessel we recovered near Yue Iwata had flown into the region not long before the dome manifested. Their testimony was corroborated by a thorough examination of the wreckage, which yielded not a single sliver of electrode. The vessel was, without a doubt, manufactured using technology fundamentally unlike our own. The mystery was further compounded by the discovery of a human survivor within the craft. Despite the apparent force of the impact, the lone male occupant has sustained no visible injuries. Yeah, that sounds like Inspector Hildebrand, alright. Let's make our way back through the facility again. So yeah, there's Nashu. Looking at all the various experimentation areas. Yeah, I mean, be perfectly honest with me if you've never bothered to look at this particular spot. This looks like the area where they found Genova in Final Fantasy VII. Like this screams the Genova chamber to me, without a doubt. Yeah, what do you think of this, Nashu? I mean, there's even people in test tubes, by the way. A lot of people being pickled in here, but Inspector Hildebrand isn't among them. Speaking which, did you see where Detective Hardboiled went? I'm afraid I don't know as of yet. Maybe we'll find something among the scattered documents over here. Skimming through the various documents, you find one entitled Confidential Files Addendum 2. The human male we extracted from the wreckage is an abnormal specimen indeed. While physically unharmed and in clear possession of soul, he yet remains in a comatose state. The absence of reaction to any and all external stimuli is indicative of temporal stasis. Every method we've attempted, be it an electric shock, a hot bath, or a sharp slap across the face, has failed to wake the subject. In his remarkable corporeal fortitude and innate natural quality, or was it acquired with the aid of unknown technology? My enthusiasm for this research knows no bounds. That's some research. Then we'll continue on. Of course, for those of you who remember when we came to Yue Iwata the first time I inspected the area, you might remember we had fun playing with the shadows. Walking back and forth and seeing our shadow against the wall here. What I would really like to do at some point is just take, when playing as a tank, take the enemies that are through this area and then through this particular corridor, drag them back here and have them fight amongst the shadows and see what kind of lighting effects we get and see how the shadows will work out. I would really love to do that at some point, but I would really need to team up with some group of people because there's no doubt in my mind that if I tried this on my own without a party that was knowledgeable of what was happening, they'd probably be wondering what the heck I was doing. Yeah, that is one of the coolest effects that Endwalker, or rather Dawntrail, has given us, and yeah, here's a little testing bed for you, just in case you're a little nervous. Fortunately, across the opposite side, we find an abandoned clipboard. The document held by the clipboard is entitled Confidential Files Addendum 3. I cannot understate the incalculable potential I see in our mystery subject. If we could but unlock the secret of his preternatural resilience, then we would never again need risk the dangers inherent in the transfer of monstrous souls. While some of my colleagues insist that vivisection is our only recourse, such an extreme measure would mean forsaking the knowledge the man might impart to us regarding his equally intriguing flying vessel. For the time being, we've decided to suspend all research related to this subject. The specimen will be preserved in a biocapsule in Sector 51 and placed under observation in the hopes that he will one day regain consciousness. One day, huh? Well, first of all, we have to find him. So Hard-Boiled is over here. Complete the quest by speaking with him. Mathia, sorry, something else in the records caught my attention and led me to a different floor. Had to wrestle up a verification key first, so I haven't spent any time on your starship mystery. Did you turn up anything yet? In fact, I have. They were keeping him in Sector 51. The key I found should let us access that area. Let's grab your pal Nashu and head there now. Alright, let's do it. So, upon our arrival... Inspector Hildebrand! There you are! Oh, you found him? Oh, among the Genova chamber again? And another one? Yeah. Like this. Is anyone else getting Austin Powers International Man of Mystery vibes from seeing this? Yeah, the only thing that's lacking is an enlarging pump. You two been yanking my chain? This clown doesn't look anything like me. Well, opinions aside, we've located our man. A hard-boiled egg would really hit the spot right now. It certainly does, doesn't it there, Bubba? He's definitely out of place. Unfortunately, it looks like the detective has run out of hard-boiled eggs. But we've seen Nashu do this trick before. Here, give this to the detective. Yeah, because we've seen what happened when we tried this previously with Nashu handing him an egg. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you know what's in here, right? And I'm as nervous as hell. So, yeah, let me pass it over. Heck, I'm even going old school and being in the inspector's attire. I enjoyed it in the monochromatic environment. As he's taking off his glasses. Yeah, I got one for you too. From the lady, a present just for you or nothing to say. Yeah, she's right over here. Decked out in her tuxedo. Being as femme fatale as possible. Appreciate it. If you remember before, when it comes to cracking eggs, the detective always uses his head. But he's clearly not learned his lesson. So yeah, the capsule got knocked over as a result of that explosion. But the detective is completely unfazed. I could never refuse the kindness of strangers. So yeah, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. Here with my soot-covered trench coat. Yeah, meanwhile, why are we looking over this direction? Uh-oh. I think that explosion has awakened the dead. Where did all these zombies come from? And when I mean all of these zombies, I mean all of these zombies. And all of those zombies. All of them somehow wearing regulators that are no longer functioning. Don't worry, I have a lance and I'm not afraid to use it. These punks must be feeling lucky. Are they? Oh, they must be. Yeah, the detective is packing heat. In fact, it's so hot that it's shocking. I just hope you have enough ammo. Wait a minute. All of a sudden. Yeah. Inspector? Yeah. Why are you not saving it? Why are you choosing to not allow us to be saved here? There is no need for firearms nor fisticuffs. I shall resolve this altercation in a manner that behooves a gentleman. Yeah, and he's dressed like his father. Attention everyone. Follow my lead if you please. Yeah, I was about to say, can they even pay attention to what he's saying? And heck, even the zombie that got shocked is back on its feet. All of a sudden, Inspector Hildebrand is doing his Tom Cruise impression. It is risky business indeed. And yet somehow... Well, I guess we shouldn't be surprised that the zombies are responding this way, because when we were first introduced to the Inspector, he was able to control those zombies, so perhaps it shouldn't be surprising that he's got these zombies doing his bidding as well. And even though they've never met, they clearly know the moves. And they even give him a standing ovation. Splendid, most splendid. Let us remember to always comport ourselves in a gentlemanly manner. Sorry there, detective. And the zombies are on their way. So yeah, Tom Cruise, what was that all about? I fear I may have overslept a trifle. A trifle? Yeah. Well, suffice it to say there, Hildebrand, this was not your final reckoning. But I, Hildebrand, well-rested agent of inquiry, now stand before you, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And he's still got his glowing smile. Yeah, I can't help but applaud. By the by, who's this austere-looking fellow? A new admirer of mine, mayhap? Well, we'll put that to the test.
This is Detective Hardboiled, your soul twin from another world.
Yeah, let's have a look. Why, my dear Nashu, this man possesses nary a speck of my singular aplomb. He does not resemble me in the slightest. He thinks the same way of you, man. I couldn't agree more. My sweet old grandmother has more grit in her pinky finger. Yeah, apparently we're about to have a standoff.
That's odd. Maybe I need new glasses, but the two of you seem practically identical.
The odd thing here is how you look too damn young for a fella who's been sleeping for 30 years. And don't get me started on how you charm those shambling corpses. What kind of crime against nature are you? If you only knew.
The Inspector has a very unique physique for one, and as for the zombies, he's had an excellent rapport with them ever since his brief stint as an undead overlord extraordinaire.
That raises more questions than answers. Still, we can consider your missing person case closed. I guess so. Which leaves me to chew on the something else that caught my attention earlier. I smell a new case brewing and I mean to follow my nose. Yeah, words to the Inspector's ears. A case, you say? Then allow me to offer the services of Hildebrand, Inspector Extraordinaire. Undead Overlord seems more plausible to me at this juncture, but I'll bite. What does a fellow like you even inspect?
Impenetrable mysteries and unsolved cases, of course.
Yeah, not sure even serves as the mouthpiece. So in the same business, eh? Makes me wonder how this gentleman act of yours actually helps you get the job done. I too am curious to see if beneath that leathery gumshoe exterior you have the gumption to handle the truly difficult cases. Yeah, is this turning into Sailor Moon versus Sailor Mars or something? The dame, she's your assistant? Pretty much.
Loyal and steadfast. I had an assistant once.
Was it just like Nashu, but not so ditzy?
But now ain't the time to reminisce. We have a new case to work on.
Yeah, and imagine that your assistant will come to light again at some point.
This will be just a thing to prove your sleuth and chops, Inspector. Let's get out of here and get down to brass tacks.
So away he goes. And we shall follow him. So for bringing the inspector out of his Genova-oriented slumber will take 1,230 gil.